Welcome to The Authentic Voice, a space for women ready to own their strength, find their voice, and rewrite their stories. I'm your host, Melissa Ann Palmer, women's fiction author and clinical social worker. Whether you're here for a deep dive into mental health, personal growth, or our monthly journaling series, I'm so glad you're joining me today to explore what it means to live and write with heart. Let's get into today's episode. Today, I have something truly special for you. This is the first installment of a year-long journey we're taking together called the Author of My Own Life Project. Over the next 12 months, we'll explore 12 distinct themes to help you pause, reflect, and reclaim the pen to your own story. And because I want you to have everything you need for this journey, I've made the companion workbook available as a free ebook when you subscribe, so you can follow along with all the journal prompts. This is our space to find our own authentic voices 1 month at a time. Today's episode is about moving beyond the roles you play to rediscover the woman beneath the titles. Grab a cup of coffee and pull up a chair for a minute. Every January, we get absolutely bombarded with the standard New Year, New You messaging. You know what I mean, those rigid all or nothing resolutions. I'm going to hit the gym 4 days a week. I'm going to lose 15 pounds. I'm cutting out sugar completely. The real trouble with these kinds of rigid goals is that they're incredibly brittle. The second life gets a bit messy, they shatter. Maybe it's a sick child, a late night at the office, or just a day of pure bone deep exhaustion. And the moment that rigid goals break, we internalize it. We feel like we failed. But there's a different way to walk into a fresh season, and it's by setting intentions instead of rigid goals. Think of an intention as your internal compass. If a goal is a rigid destination, the what, an intention is your guiding principle, the how. It focuses on the kind of person you want to be rather than just a checklist of tasks to complete. When you lead with intention, you give yourself a sustainable path that actually leaves room for the reality of being human. Let me tell you about someone I used to know. We'll call her Sarah. Sarah was an incredibly successful, hardworking woman who came to me completely depleted by the weight of her own expectations. Every January, she'd map out this intense, rigid power list of habits. Right at the top was gym 4 times per week. By the second week of the month, if she even missed a single session, she felt like the entire year was already a wash. We sat down and dug a little deeper, and I asked Sarah why that gym goal really mattered so much to her. What she told me was so telling. She just wanted to be the kind of person who took care of herself. She valued her body and she wanted to feel her best for as long as possible. What we discovered together was that her true desire wasn't actually about a number on a gym check-in sheet. Her real intention was weaving health into her identity. Once we looked at it through the lens of an internal compass rather than a rigid rule, all that crushing pressure just evaporated. If she had a chaotic day where the gym was impossible, she didn't fail. Instead, she looked at her compass and asked, how can I take care of myself right now? Maybe that meant a 20-minute walk or just choosing a nourishing lunch. The compass allowed her to make a small, empowered decision each day that kept her moving in the direction she actually cared about, completely free from the heavy weight of perfectionism. So we can bring this into our own lives right now, too. Take the classic busy trap. If your intention for the season is connection, but you're way too exhausted for a long, fancy dinner date, a 5-minute focused conversation with your partner on the couch still points that needle beautifully north. Or think about a creative journey. If your intention is authenticity, a day where you end up deleting every single word you wrote because they just didn't feel true is not a wasted day. It's actually a massive success because you chose to stay aligned with your compass. At the end of the day, intentions are just different from goals. A goal is a place where you're trying to get to. An intention is the way you walk the path. When we focus on how we want to feel, how we want to treat people around us, and how we want to show up for ourselves, that path becomes a lot softer and a lot more beautiful. If you want to become the author of your own life, subscribe to join our community and get your own free ebook. All subscribers receive a link to my ebook, The Author of My Own Life, which contains 365 journal prompts to guide you through a year-long journey of self-discovery and intention. Start your journey today. And before we go, I want to leave you with this week's permission slip. Permission to stop chasing a new me and start listening to the true me. You can find a digital copy of that ticket and all the links in the show notes. If today's episode resonated with you, I'd love for you to subscribe and share it with a woman in your life who's finding her own voice. For more deep dives and to join our community, head over to my Substack, The Authentic Voice. I'm Melissa Ann Palmer, and remember, your voice is the most authentic thing you own. I'll see you next time.